Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Anchorage Ice Tigers Draft to Glory franchise mode here in NHL 23. So in last episode, we simulated the season, and we finished 28, 48, and 6. We actually had a pretty good season. Our offense also kind of returned back to its normal form, like our top line started to produce again, as last season they had kind of a downfall, but you could see Jorgensen hit 80 points again. Zykov hit 73, so still not the same point totals as before, but still up there like he used to be. Bickle only had 68 points, so our offense is still not getting the best results, but our depth scoring is definitely improving. Probably because we have a good defenseman like Zykov that is helping drive some of the play a little bit. Also, rookie like Pierce Hull has stepped up a lot. Like, he's got 38 points in his rookie season, jumped up to a 78 overall via statistical growth. So hopefully that guy continues to help produce on this team, because if we could get this depth scoring and keep on playing that good, this team will eventually be a playoff team at some point. And yeah, you can see the defensive core even had each over 10 points, which is not too bad. The goaltenders were probably not the best. Carlson wasn't really the greatest, and then Klesla, who I guess got sent down to the minors at the end of the season, was pretty bad. So it should be a very interesting season ahead, and to see what our team looks like, because this draft class might end up helping us quite a bit, because of the fact we might be able to snag up, or we're going to be able to snag up probably a defenseman again in the draft, which is Esikoli Mainen. This guy is a medium elite two-way defenseman, and he is listed as a gem. So once again, we're going to be able to get another good defenseman in, just like we did with Zykov. And this team should have like two really solid power play units and all that type of thing. And hopefully that helps us produce really well. Anyways, before we get into the draft and the entire offseason, I do have a number of comments to go through. So the first one is from HockeyGuy88. He says, Cole Mainen is definitely your first pick. Also, Jacob Markstrom now holds the records for wins by a goalie in a season, which is true, because Jacob Markstrom went off with the Calgary Flames, I think it was, or no, it was Toronto Maple Leafs, wasn't it? Yeah, I think he ended up on Toronto. Let's take a look at that. For fun, if it still lists him. Yeah, he had 51 wins in the season. The most, I believe, before was like 40. Yeah, I think it was only like 41 or something like that before. Maybe 43, 44, 45, somewhere around that. But Jacob Markstrom, all-time record now for most wins in a season, which is pretty cool. Next comment is from Rebecca Woods, and the comment reads, great season. Next year you should not be the worst in the league. Still a top lottery pick, but if the team is growing, great. So yeah, we might not be the worst team in the league next season, but we'll definitely still be in the lottery, probably because we're still not the best in terms of depth, but we shouldn't be necessarily the worst team in the league, because we are very close to not being the worst team in the league this season even. So hopefully that is the case. Next comment is from Ranty and Roll. He says, the team is starting to come together. Too bad you couldn't have a bit better of a luck at the draft lottery. Otherwise, I think you would have been close to a playoff run, as it's probably 3 seasons away. Anyway, I'm enjoying this series. Thank you for that, Ranty and Roll. And yeah, I think this team is starting to definitely come together. We're building around a good offensive core. We're getting some good defensemen in, and goaltending is probably our weakest point, I'd say, at this point in time. But our team is starting to get the wins. The coaching staff's coming together. The scouting group is going to eventually come together, and yeah, this team should be good in another few seasons, which would be nice. It'd be nice to be competitive for a long time, but at the same time, it might end up falling off at some point if we have to let go of some of our bigger players. And then the last and final comment is from Zach. He says, I don't know if you noticed, but you only have 18 scouts. You should probably get 20. I personally get 3 for USA Central and CHL regions. So he's telling us that we should probably sign 2 more scouts, so we have the maximum of 20. Right now, we'll wait on that. We will check if there is some better scouts this offseason on July 1st. And if there is, then we might substitute some of our current scouts out, because we still don't have the best scouting group. We tried to find better scouts, I believe. Actually, some of them are growing, like you guys were saying, which is nice. But we do still have a lot of scouts, so we probably could find some better ones, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens this offseason, see if there's any good scouts that we could bring in for these type of regions. If not, we'll let these guys continue to like develop a little bit, if they actually can in terms of overall. I don't know if they will, but we'll see if that happens. So there is that, and yeah, let's get into this draft and take Koimainen and get our defensive core a little bit better even, because with him and Zikov, that should help us out quite a bit in terms of driving offense a little bit. Hopefully it also helps us out a bit defensively. So Buffalo's going to get a franchise level player though in this draft, which is unreal, so they're going to get a really good player. Dallas is going to get whoever they go with at number 2, which they are probably going to go with Petrov, my guess. He's also a gem. And then there's Charnquist, so we're going to go with Koimainen over Charnquist, even though Charnquist is maybe the better overall. Koimainen is a gem, and we need defensemen, so he's a no-brainer that we're going to be taking him over Charnquist. But yeah, Ulf Magnusson, this guy is going to go to Buffalo, franchise-level player, so hopefully we never have to face this guy in the playoffs at all. We did face Buffalo in the Stanley Cup Finals with my Houston Sharpshooters series, so I hope that we never have to face Buffalo in the Stanley Cup Finals with this Anchorage team. But anyways, let's see what they take at number 1. They should be taking the franchise guy. Yes, they do. 81 overall, medium franchise sniper. This is what this guy looks like in case you guys wanted to take a look at this top 5 of the draft. Yeah, he's going to be a really good shooter for sure. Good backhand as well. He's got wheels as well, so he's a good skater. And he is also really good at close quarters shooting. Pretty good player there for the Sabres. And then Dallas is going to take Petrov, 81 overall, 2-way forward. So they're the same overall. That's what he looks like. Pretty balanced all around. Not a surprise considering he's a 2-way forward. But that is the pick for the Dallas Stars right there. And let's take our pick here in the 3rd overall one. We're going to go with Esa Koimainen, 6'3", 201 from Vasan in the Liga. Should be exciting to see what this guy is. I'm guessing he's going to probably be like a 78 or 79. So he might not be the highest in the top 5, but at least it's another defenseman that we could grow to being like an 83 within a couple seasons. So Esa, welcome aboard to the team. And he's a 79 overall 2-way defenseman. Nicely done. And he does have X factors as well. This is what his attributes look like. So he's better defensively than he is offensively, but he does have good shot power, solid passing as well, great skating, solid physical play. Yeah, there's not really a clear weakness with him, I would say, except for maybe his fighting skill, but it doesn't really matter about fighting. And then his zone ability is quick pick. He's got tape to tape in reverse, send it and shrug it off. So great at passing, basically great back skating. Good at recovering from a hit, which is nice, and he's also good at intercepting pucks, or really good at intercepting pucks. So there you go. There is Esa Koimainen. Let's see the next players in this top 5 as well for fun. Charnquist is an 80 overall 2-way forward. No zone ability, at least unless I didn't scout him fully, which I might have not. But there he is, going to the Montreal Canadiens. And then that leaves Vegas with the guy. Oh, they don't actually go with the... What the heck? Why did Vegas... Oh, wait, was there not a top 5 medium elite as well? What the heck are you doing, Vegas? They skipped out on a medium elite 2-way forward to go with a top 6 forward in Culp. I don't understand that at all. Let's just see if Culp goes to Calgary, because I don't know why Culp slid a spot. Yep, there you go. Or not Culp, Hughes, I mean, fell down. So Garrett Hughes goes to Calgary Flames as the Flames get an absolute steal there. So there you go on the 6th overall pick, and that is the first round that we want to take a look at. Let's zoom to our pick at 34 and see what we could get here early in the 2nd round to add some more good picks for our prospect pool. I did pin Harding, and I think there was another guy. Yeah, Jackson. They're both top 6 forwards. But let's take a look if there's any low elite potential guys first, because you guys said we could probably do this for later rounds actually, but we'll probably go with one of the top 6 forwards at least. Because this guy's supposed to not go to next round, I think. So we'll probably go with Persinger, or we'll go with Kerslake at that spot. So I think at this spot we will probably go ourselves with the top 6 forward. And probably go with Easton Harding here, just because these guys are looking like top 9 forwards. So I think Easton Harding, yeah, he's got some good attributes. And we do need more forwards in a sense to build up that depth on offense. There's also a top 4 defenseman though. But I don't feel like he has that high of an overall, but we do need defenders. He's good at shooting and physical. That might be important to take a defenseman here again, to be honest. And then we also have a Nathaniel Jackson, who's definitely weaker than the other top 6 forwards. So it's definitely between Vajal Holali, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Gabriel. Even though this guy's American, he sounds like he's from Finland. Just kind of funny. And Easton Harding. Which one of the two do I go with? Easton Harding's definitely the best out of the draft out of the two of these players overall wise, but we need probably defenders more than forwards, I'd say, in a sense. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Valiaholi, because I think we have a lot of left wingers. Because we got yeah, I think we have a lot of left wingers. Because Pierce Hall's even a left winger, so we don't really need left wingers as much. Obviously, Valiaholi, I don't even pronounce his last name. Don't even try to get me to pronounce it. But Gabriel is probably the better of the two in a sense for us, for our needs. So welcome aboard, Vajo, whatever your last name is. 63 overall, medium top 4. That's pretty good, and that will hopefully get us some more defensive depth. Hopefully he develops into being at least like an 80 plus, because that will help out our defensive core quite a bit. So actually, let me go back to the previous round, just because I think some of you guys would probably want to know how good that guy is that we just passed on. Easton Harding was a 66 overall playmaker with some zone abilities, so we passed on a good player pretty much, but we did get ourselves another defenseman, which I think is important. Jackson was a 62 overall, top 6 with no zone ability. So there you go. Okay, so third round now. Now we could start looking off potential probably. There is a low top 4 defenseman. I do like low top 4 sometimes when they pan out. He's 19 already is the only problem. Ackerman looks actually pretty good for goalie prospects. I might take him, to be honest. Wilson Howard doesn't look the greatest. What do we also have here? Let's go to potential. The low elite guys that are potentially going. You are right around this spot though, right? Yeah, Persinger would go this round. And then there's also Kerslake. We probably wouldn't take Kerslake because we probably need defensemen more than forwards. I don't know if I'm willing to take the risk on Persinger. Like, he looks like he could have some good shooting and senses and physical, but it's no guarantee. It is guaranteed that he has no weakness though, which is nice. I doubt he has. Oh, he does definitely have in reverse in no contest. That's actually interesting. So I think we're gonna go with Persinger here, because he does have superstar abilities. He probably doesn't have his zone ability, my guess, but I think we're gonna take Abel Persinger here and continue adding some defensemen in, because that will at least give us a little bit more of like a time where we could actually decide on who actually plays and all that type of thing. So Persinger, welcome aboard. Let's see how good you are. You are a 62 overall low top 4. Damn, I was hoping it would be a low elite. But he does have a zone ability. Look at that. Wow. So a low top 4 that has a zone ability. This guy might end up being like Ariel Ortmeyer in my Arizona series that I had, if you guys remember him, as I believe he had low top 4 potential. But this guy's got wheels in reverse, ice pack, and no contest. So interesting. We'll see if this guy ends up panning out, but like if we give him like a NHL time this upcoming season or in the next few years, he should end up developing at some rate, I would say. So that's a pretty solid pick, I'd say there. Let's get into this next round here. Damn, our scouts didn't really do the best job, I don't think. Let's see if there's any low elite potential players again. This guy's probably not medium elite or low elite. 5 years out. Trying to find ourselves a steal here, because now we're in that stage where we should just look for steals probably, even if it's a little bit early. Lowly wise, we got Huey maybe. He doesn't look good, to be honest. And then Dustin Bell. Dustin Bell might be okay. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go with Dustin Bell here at this pick. Why not? Get ourselves a forward. He is a 55 overall low top 9 grinder. If he becomes something, he'll be a nice bottom 6 fit, but if not, he's just going to become an AHLer, which is okay, I guess. Let's into that next pick and see what we can snake here. There's a lowly potential offensive defense, maybe. This guy might have good shooting. He's definitely an OFD, I'd say, based on his size, and he does have the passing ability, which is interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this dude. See if he is actually an offensive defenseman. He is an offensive defenseman, but only medium 7th potential. So this draft class has dropped off a lot in quality. It looks like this guy could be an okay AHLer, but I don't think he's ever going to make the NHL with that potential. 6th round here. Yeah, we're getting to the stage where we're not going to find really much, it looks like, at all. Fleury might have some zone abilities, which is interesting, so I think I might go with him. Alexandre Fleury. Yeah, let's go with him. Why not? He is a low top 6D, and he does not have any abilities. Damn it. It almost looked like he did have abilities though. Oh well. This is a pretty defensive heavy draft for us. But that's okay because we do need defensemen more than anything. Demetrius McLennan, 5 years out. Probably not that great. Let's see if there's any low leads that are supposed to go like undrafted. Nasir Kassian looks actually pretty good. 4 years out, guaranteed. I might go with Nasir Kassian here. Yeah, I'm going to go with Kassian. I think he's a low lead. So, Kassian, welcome aboard. And he's a low top 9. Damn it. Close. But no cigar. And he does have zone abilities, though. He was supposed to go undrafted. That's interesting. So, low top 9 in the 7th round, having some superstar abilities, including stick 'em up, elite edges, and quick draws. So, maybe this guy makes the NHL. If not, he's going to become maybe an okay AHLer. So, there's that. And that is our draft. A lot of defensemen and a couple forwards. But we get Koivunen, the guy that I can't pronounce his name, Persinger, Bell, Abney, Fleury, and Kassian. Pretty good draft, I'd say, for the most part. It did definitely drop off in quality by quite a bit. So let's get into this re-sign stage here. And we got our head coach, our coaches to get back. So I don't think I'm going to bring back Ty Harper. I'll definitely look for a new associate coach this offseason, just because it wouldn't make sense to bring back a C-1. And we'll let the other coaches walk as well because they're not that great. So yeah, we're gonna looking for a new associate coach this offseason. Sorry if this episode ends up running long because we're already around 18 minutes. So let's get to re-signing our players. So let's go to the bottom of this list first and qualify everybody that is down here, because I know all these guys are going to try and escape with a lot of money, I think. Yeah. Some of these guys are going to have to be eventually let go of, or else there's not going to be any room for the other younger guys coming up. So we're going to qualify everybody here except for Parrott. But I don't know what I really want to give to Parrott for contract-wise, because I don't know if I should give him a long-term deal or what. Okay, so all those guys are qualified. What does Moroza want? Ooh. I feel like I should give him a long-term deal at some point. But Parrott, what do we got here? What do you want for 8 years? Jeez. His potential jumped up to medium franchise though, so we should probably take definitely sign him for 8 years just in case he has a breakout year at some point. So let me try the 85% trick like we've been doing. But hopefully he accepts a long-term deal here. So we'll times what he wants by 0.85. God damn, this calculator is not working this morning. Then again, it's probably like still asleep, you know. So we'll end up at 85%. Looks like I might be able to get him for like 11.4, which I mean is okay of a deal, I'd say. Yeah, let's try 11.4 for 8 years for him. I'm okay with giving him that much, I think, because he's one of our better goal scorers on the team. So, but there is a lot of other guys on this team that need to be signed probably to big deals. So this team is starting to be a little bit heavy on the cap space. So we need to be a little bit careful with what we give. Parrott's potential, his goal scoring is getting better every year. So hypothetically, he should have his best year this upcoming season. So he should be worth that amount of money. Neil wants a one-way deal. He doesn't look like he's going to grow much, to be honest, based on that. Which is kind of weird. We're going to qualify him. Carlson thinks he's worth 1.2. If we go 8 years, he wants only 1.35. So he's not going to develop either, really. That's how you can tell if people are going to develop or not, really. UFA-wise, these guys might be our cap whales, so we'll keep on to them for now. We will sign this Taze goalie, why not? Give us a little bit more goaltending. Let's advance today to see if we get them. Parrott is accepted. Perfect. So Parrott is now signed here long term, which is nice. And everybody else is qualified, which is good. So yeah, we probably need some cap whales, but let's not sign him to too much money yet. Let's go 1 year deal for Wold, and let's give him like 17 million maybe. Just to like be careful with the cap space, because a lot of those RFAs might just get exactly what they had last season, or more than likely they will. And then Barchi, we'll do 1 year. Actually, I don't know if I need to sign these guys, to be honest. I'm gonna wait on Barchi because I need to sign our unsigned players first. Koivunen, gonna make the NHL team this season for sure. Valiaholi is AHL eligible, so I think I will sign him up. Persinger's not AHL eligible, so I think I'll wait a year. Fleury is not AHL eligible. I won't sign him. Yeah, I think the rest of these guys I won't sign for the year just because I want to make sure ahead of time. Kurt Duncan is AHL eligible. He's up to a 60 at 21. I guess he's at that make or break point, but we almost have too much goalies, I think, signed. Cox is not looking that great. I'll let them wait for a year. A lot of these guys. And we get those guys in. That's good. We only have 26 million in cap space, so let's leave Barchi and get rid of him. And all these RFAs should accept for what they're worth, hopefully, and then that's it, basically. So that should be good. Let's sim to free agency and see if any of these RFAs start accepting, which some of them are doing already, which is good. Probably because they're getting the same amount as last year. And now we're going to need to find ourselves a new associate coach. And then we're also going to have to look for probably 2 more scouts as well. So let's go over to coaching staff because we already have a good head coach. We need ourselves a good associate or an assistant we could maybe even look for at the same time. So let's go with associate coach here. This guy's a B. How good is his teaching grades? Not great. The best is probably going to be Fritz. 49% scheme fit though, but he's got good teaching grades. What about these other ones? 53 for Lane Byzantine, and he is how good at teaching? B-. Okay, we're gonna go with Byzantine here as our associate coach. Let's give him a little bit more money just because why not? And that's good. And then we also could try and get ourselves an assistant coach as well that has good teaching grades. And then hopefully we have our best season yet because we're bringing in some new good coaches. So we could go with this guy, Hansel. How good is his teaching? B-. I like it. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. A little bit more money just to be nice. And there you go. So that should be good in terms of the coaches. Now let's see what we need for scouts. You guys said, yeah, 18 out of 20 scouts. Where do we have our scouts currently? 2 in each of those leagues. Maybe we should double up on, yeah, USA Central. Or 1 on USA Central, 1 in USA East, maybe. Yeah, let's do USA Central, USA East. There is actually a lot more good scouts, it looks like. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. The USA ones actually only have C rating now, which is interesting, but all region-wise, you said it doesn't, guys didn't say it matters how good they are at a certain area. So we'll get Huselius, and we'll also get Blomstrand. So Huselius and Blomstrand, we'll sign them both up. And we'll make both of them our USA scouts instead, because it doesn't matter how good they are in those regions, you guys said. So there you go. And that should be good for this off-season portion. Let's advance a few days, see if we get those coaches in and those scouts. Hansel has accepted. Nice, he's our new assistant coach. And there's Huselius. Nice. So Huselius is in. And Byzantine is in as the associate coach. And there's Blomstrand. Okay, so we got Huselius and Blomstrand, and we got those coaches. So let's begin the sim up to next season. Some of those other RFAs should start accepting. There's one of them, and there's another. Good to see those guys accepting already. And what the heck is Washington doing? They're trying to qualify or send a qualifying offer to Harry Neal, but I am going to match that offer, even though that is a little bit of an overpayment. There wouldn't be any compensation, so it's kind of pointless. But a lot of these guys are going to have to start being let go of in the AHL that aren't reaching their potential, just because that way we could free up some roster spots for the younger guys that we're starting to draft again. So like Klesla is going to have to eventually leave, which is unfortunate, but that might be the case. Brophy is still an RFA, so let's go to Brophy and see if we can get him back for a two-way deal. We should be able to. He's the last one remaining. Wow, that's a lot of money. But oh well, I guess I'll take it. I mean, you're probably leaving the team this season anyways, or somewhat soon, so I'll let that slide. But 1.725 for 69 overall. That's not great. Okay, so we gotta first make sure we get the scouts assigned to those USA leagues. So we'll do that first, and then we're gonna edit our lines and set up the team for this upcoming season. But should be an interesting season ahead, I think. Definitely gonna be our best considering. Actually, Hansel dropped down to C overall. I didn't realize he was only a C overall. But we do have a better associate coach now to work with Clermont, so should be pretty solid in terms of the coaching, I would say, at least. Let's go to those scouts. Who was it? Huselius is one of them. So we will change the region over to USA Central, because you guys said it does not matter on their region ability. They will get better if they are applied there. So USA Central, we got 2 of them now. And we need to find that other SHL one. Actually, it's not another SHL one. Who is the other one? Oh, it's Balmstrand. Yeah, that's right. So we will change the region here and put you in, I guess, USA East. Actually, let's see. Compare USA East and West. 14 and 7, 12, 7 and 1. Let's go with yeah. Let's go with USA East. Why not? Okay, so there you go. We have scouts assigned, and we have 20 out of 20 scouts. So that is good. We have new coaching staff. Let's see what this lines look like for the upcoming season, or let's set them up at least. Let's see if there's anybody. Let's see if there's anybody in the AHL that needs to come up first. Larson, maybe. Let's actually go to the NHL. See what we got for goalies. We got 275 overalls. Neal's up to a 75. That's pretty good. Which means, yeah, Klesla is in the AHL, so his time here is running out, which is unfortunate. Defensively, Larson's a 72, but all these guys are 72 and better. God damn. Kalinin is still low lead potential. I feel like I want to send down Kalinin so he grows still a little bit. Same with Farrell, because these guys could probably use a little bit more time to develop. And then, yeah, we'll probably do that. Send both those guys down. So that way those guys at least getting some playing time. But our defensive core, Zikov, Kolimainen, Moroza 79 is just nice. Yeah, the defensive core is starting to come along. It's not bad. And then that leaves those 3 as the top AHL defenders. I don't think Larson's going to get an opportunity at some point, unfortunately. Some of these guys are going to have to get scratched down there in the AHL because we got a lot of defenders down there. We got Jorgensen and the Villette. Who else we got down there? Sloan. Not really much for right wingers. Left wing wise, anybody that should come up? Nope. Wow, we're kind of low on forwards, I feel like. Yeah, it seems like it. Let's go back to edit lines. And let's go best lines on this stage again. Yeah, best lines. Wold shouldn't be in the lineup, though. We need to replace Wold with one of our drafted guys. So let's do that quickly, since he was a cap whale, but we are going to scratch him in favor of Sloan, because he's at least a drafted player. We need all drafted players in our lineup, not the guys that we signed back in the free agency. Yeah, we have too much defensemen down there. Not enough forwards. I might have to sign some of those other guys that we just drafted recently, which is interesting. So Wold, you're going to come out, and Sloan, you're going to come in. And this is what our forward core looks like right now. Actually, I'll send Wold down to the minors quickly, so that way at least we have a little bit more forwards down there in the minors, so defenders are not playing forward, because that's kind of ridiculous. So we'll send down Wold, even though he is making our cap whale hit. And we'll go best lines down there in the minors again. And hopefully that's enough forwards. We'll definitely check that, though. So first line, Bickle, Claxon, and Jorgensen. I don't know if I like that. I don't know why this best lines is putting 380s, like 280 plus players in a 72 as the top line guy. It's kind of weird. Maybe Keith is the top line center. No, it doesn't work that well. I guess we'll go with Parrott at center. Oh, Zikov's actually the center. There you go. That's where that was. I was like, wait a second, this is confusing. So Parrott on the wing might make sense since he's a goal scorer. Festerini up. We'll put Hull on the opposite side because he can score goals. Only in 9 goals though. Cox is probably the better goal scorer of the 2. Yeah, Cox is the better goal scorer of the 2. So we'll put him on the off wing. And then Grattan, Villette, and Sloan as the 4th line. That's a pretty good looking team for the most part. Not the best chemistry wise, so we can rejuggle this before the season starts if you guys think there's a better thing we could do. But right now the chemistry is not necessarily the best right there. Defensively, Zikov, Moroza, Kolemainen, and Kronwall. I didn't realize Zikov and Kolemainen have the exact same zone ability, which is kind of funny. And then Strachan and Nikitin. We'll put Strachan up because he's got better potential, I think. And then, yeah, like that. That looks good. Our defensive core is coming along. Goaltending, we got Neal and Carlson. And then the only scratch at the moment is Kuznetsov. But I should put him in instead of Nikitin. Even though the overall isn't there. Kuznetsov's got the potential. Nikitin does not. So we'll do that. And, yeah, Nikitin will stay up here as a depth option. Just in case, I guess. Let's see the power play units. Looking pretty good. Yeah, the power play units are looking pretty good. Kolemainen's going to be the guy that runs the second unit, so that's nice to see. So there we go. That's our team for this upcoming season. Very excited to see what this team could do. Obviously, we can try and rejuggle this top line. These top lines, if you guys think there's a better option out there. AHL-wise, let's see. Do we got too much defensemen still? Yeah, we do. We got 2 defensemen playing forward. I don't really like that. I mean, this guy's probably not going to pan out really to be much, but he's an OFD. And same with Korostin. We could try and separate the two. Yeah, we might have a bit of a problem in terms of being too much defensive picks. So maybe I'll try and sign some of our forward prospects. I don't even know. Who's scratched that shouldn't be, though? Eichel probably shouldn't be because he's got low elite potential. And then Valya-Holy, who we just drafted as well. We are going to take Klesla out, and he's going to be scratched though because he's not going to reach any more potential. Eichel and who is the other one? Eichel and Valya-Holy. Little's going to come out because he's not really growing much more. So we'll put Valya-Holy in. Voutilainen's only low top 4, so we will throw in Eichel in that spot instead. Yeah, that looks good. So there's the defense score in the AHL and the goaltending, and then the forward core looks like that as well. We definitely need some more forward prospects in, though, to fill out that AHL team, I'd say, at some point. But our team looks really interesting. Obviously, our bottom 6 is still kind of weak, but Hull is definitely making it look a little bit better. Claxon is on the development stage, which is good. Cox isn't really developing much more, but he's like a good 4th liner option at least. And in that 4th line is still a bit of a problem, but defensively we're coming together. Goalie-wise, we're coming together a little bit as well. So should be an interesting season ahead. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Anchorage Ice Tigers Draft Declared franchise mode. So next episode, we will simulate the season. Give me your predictions down below on how much wins you think this team is going to reach. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.